Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying our first ever TechMission event. We had about 15 extra minutes here over lunch, so I thought I'd use it as an opportunity to talk to you about a new app we have coming out next week called WrenchWay Insiders. So first, let me introduce myself. I'm Mark Wilson, the CEO of Find a Wrench and WrenchWay. I work with Jay to run the company here, and we're excited to have this event going on and some other things we have coming up in the future. So let me dive in first before we get into the app. Just a little background about WrenchWay itself. Jay and I had talked, almost a year ago now, about, of course, how we can improve Find a Wrench, but also we wanted to create something new. And that thing would be based around improving the technician shortage. It's a problem everyone listening to this surely is familiar with. Unfortunately, it's probably getting worse than it's getting better. So we wanted to see what we could do to help with the problem, find solutions, if nothing else, just get people talking about what can be done. So we set out with kind of a mission, like I said, of improving the technician shortage. We identified 3 areas that we could help out with. One, this is primarily what we do with Find a Wrench, connecting technicians with the best shops. So that, of course, helps. One, and those people are less likely to leave the industry. They're also more likely to tell others, neighbors, family, things like that, to join the industry and to pursue a career in it. The second bullet is we want to get all sides talking about what improvements can be made. This might be in terms of working conditions or pay or things like that. But what we find is there's a lot of kind of complaints on both sides. We wanted to create something that just brings people together and help find solutions for it. And then the last one is just getting more kids entering the industry. I think that's the obvious one, but you also have to work on the other 2 before you can get kids interested in it. If they go out and they talk to kind of disgruntled people, of course they're not going to choose that as their chosen profession that they want to spend, a lot of time and resources and money on. All this doesn't mean it's doom and gloom. We talk to a lot of people that are very happy with their career, their job. Trust me, it's every different industry has their gripes. So I'm not here trying to say everything is bad in this industry, but there's always a room for improvement. There's definitely a problem to solve, and we wanted to attempt that with WrenchWay. So one of the things we always talk about, Jay might have mentioned this earlier in the day as well, but if you look at the population of technicians as it is right now, about 5% of people are actively looking for a job or passively looking. So they're checking out job boards, things like that. No surprise there, that's true in any industry. The reverse of that is about 25%, they love where they're at, love their job, they're not switching, they're not moving, they're not going to a different location. They're extremely happy. That's awesome. Where it gets to be a little more trouble is about 70% are kind of okay with their job. They don't really like it. They'd be open to moving on to something else, but they're not really actively looking either. Or when they do start to look, they see in their area, there's 300 shops that are hiring. They all kind of look the same. They all claim they're the greatest place ever to work. Those are the ones that I think there's a lot of opportunity for improvement. So what we're trying to do over here on the next chart, that's what our ideal situation would be. So the first thing you notice is the pie chart's a lot bigger. For any of this to work, we need more kids going into the industry. We need less people that are in there now leaving the industry. Short version, we need more technicians. So that pie has to get bigger for us to solve this problem. And then secondly, we want to eliminate as much as we can of those people that aren't super happy with where they're at. There's always going to be a few of them that are looking, whether it's, don't get along with a coworker, or maybe their spouse got a job somewhere else and they need to look, or, they're not a lot of room for advancement. It's a small shop and there's not really room to grow. But I think the majority of ones in the first 70% that are open to new opportunities, a lot of those, it doesn't take huge changes for them to feel more appreciated. That's what we want to help uncover, and that's what we're looking to accomplish. So one of the that's kind of the main reason we built this app is we feel like if I go back to the couple of slides before, we feel like with what we built already with WrenchWay, if you go out to wrenchway.com, you can search different top shops. It shows a glimpse of what it's like to work at a shop, pictures of the shop, how the pay works, how the benefits work, all of that. That's great. Our Find a Wrench recruiting is great for connecting technicians with top shops. Getting more kids into the industry, the third one, we have a lot of cool stuff coming out for that in 2021. But this app that I'm going to go through next, that's really for the middle bullet. We want to get people talking, help all sides figure out what could be done better, what they think should be done better, and ways to improve everything that we talk about. So when we set out to do this, we didn't want to create boring surveys or anything like that. We wanted a little more fun way that technicians can provide feedback, they can give their input, they can feel appreciative, and we want to make it fun for them and not just a once a year thing. We're also not looking for them to spend hours and hours a week on this. What we're really trying to do is get someone to spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes like that, once a week, maybe once every other week. Just simple little kind of quick hitters. Everyone has those few minutes during the day, whether you're waiting for a friend to join you for lunch or you're at home sitting on your couch watching TV. Again, simple times that just take a few of those kind of micro moments, provide a little feedback, and hopefully win some prizes along the way. So you can see on the screen, we want to make it fun and rewarding for them to provide that feedback. Everything we'll do in here is anonymous. So I feel strongly that you get the best feedback when people don't worry about getting fired or anything like that because of it. No one's going to be hounding them if they sign up for the app, the email addresses, things like that. Nothing is even shared with our team internally here. Everything kind of stays hidden, encrypted, so no one can see the identity. The one thing I will say, because we are giving away prizes, and you'll see what that means here in a couple minutes, we want to make sure this stays with people that are in the industry. So first, at least at first, it's going to be invite only. And then also for people that do win the prizes, we will be verifying that they work in the industry or they're a student in a program that is related to the industry. We don't want just random people providing kind of nonsense answers just to win the prize. So we've put measures in place to prevent that. So with further ado, let me jump into a quick recording that I had put together. This is with demo data. So it's not perfect by any means. The app's going to be released in the next week or so. We're going to start with anyone who is currently a WrenchWay Insider. What that means, I think our people that edit these videos can flash that link on the screen here, but basically if you go to WrenchWay under resources, you can find an insider link. You sign up for it. That's our first group of people that we're going to invite to the app. So then when they see the app, let me expand my screen here. First thing you're going to see is different games that they can play. I'm going to just move forward here. The other next tab is called challenges. And then once I get to that, I'm going to hit pause. So challenges are basically short little questions or challenges that we'll post each week to the audience. They're usually multiple choice questions. It might be one question, it might be 5. It's never a huge amount of questions. Always things that you can do in just a couple minutes. But they're quick little feedback things. If I just play the video here a little bit, you can see it's just kind of fake stuff in Latin. So it doesn't give the best example, but you answer, in this case, it's 3 multiple choice questions. So examples for these might be, let me just put pause when it's done. So it might be feedback on what they think of flat rate in general, or offering a tool allowance, or work schedules, or promotions in a shop, just different industry hot button topics that we come across. We always are looking for feedback from others for what questions we should post, but always industry related things. Nothing anybody has to research or anything like that. We're looking for opinions to answer the questions in a multiple choice format, but also, as you saw in the video, you can provide comments or descriptions to add to that. So then we take all of that feedback, we will create videos around it, blog posts, white papers, things like that. We'll share the data as a whole to top shops in our community, but we'll never share the identity of the people that posted it. So we may break it down and say technicians with 5+ years of experience answered the question this way, students answered it that way, but of course we're never going to show the individual responses. Another thing we can do is shops that are part of our program, we can ask questions on their behalf. So one of the screens you saw before was Dan's Auto Center. That's Jay, our founder. His dad has a shop, so we always use his shop as kind of the guinea pig here. But we could post questions to technicians within a 30-mile radius or something like that, maybe 5, 6 questions to start getting feedback on what people think, what they've heard about working there. Trust me, on the recruiting side, every shop we ever work with thinks they're the best company in the world to work for. And many of them are awesome, but some of them aren't so great. We often find out that their benefits on paper might look good, their pay might look good, but then when we start talking to people and start recruiting, they have a terrible reputation. It's our job to let the shop know that. Sometimes they kind of fight that and don't believe it. But what we want to do and what will help the shop is we could post these, get technicians to respond, let them know that, and then the shop can start improving those. We're not going to post the results publicly. We never would do that. And honestly, I don't think people will be as honest if they knew that was going to happen. But if we only share it with that shop, we can help them learn about what some stuff might not be true at all. So there might be this perception out there that they treat people poorly. We can help them overcome that. Or if they are, not treating people the best, they can start working to fix that. So anyway, I think you get the point. These challenges are a combination of industry hot topics. Some will be specific to location about certain shops. We may work with local schools where they can post questions as well. But the whole point is we want technicians to take 2-3 minutes each week or twice a month or whatever it is to just answer those questions. 100% anonymous. Can't stress that part enough. So then when you do answer the questions, you'll see that question was worth 3 points. So I got 3 game entries. You can see if I did this one, it'd be worth 10 points. But now I go back to the home screen and I'm on games. We've created a few fun little games to play. Instead of just randomly drawing a name out of a hat, we wanted to make it a little more fun and competitive to win cool prizes. So the first game you'll see, each week we have a higher or lower game. I'll show what that means in a second. It's a game we all probably played as kids or in college or at the local tavern or whatever it is. But the winner each week will get a different prize. So the first one we're doing, I think, is a $100 Snap-on gift card. So there'll be a winner each week. And the way you get entries into playing the game is to answer those questions I just showed. So you can see I currently have 8 credits where I can play the game. It takes 1 credit to play. So let me click play here. And you can see it's just a high-low game. First I show the rules. You don't have to read through that. You can do that later. But I'll hit start game and then I'm just seeing if the next card is higher or lower. Aces are high. It shows that in the rules. But as I flip through here, and it's kind of sped up a little bit, but you can see my points are accumulating the more I get right. You can get up to 3 wrong before you lose. The current leader is 37. That actually, this is fake data that we're doing. Our developer did that. I'll be surprised if anyone actually really gets 37. But anyway, it's pretty simple concept to get of answering these questions. A whole game will take, 30 seconds or a minute. But then you post the score, and like I said, each week there's a winner. Let me push pause here. So that winner each week will be shown. We'll contact them. We'll get them their gift card. But then they also are eligible to play the next game, which is called Queen of Hearts. In this one, each week, 1 card gets revealed, and the prize keeps building each week as it goes. So the goal is whoever wins the high-low game gets a chance to pick it from the remaining cards, and they're trying to figure out where the Queen of Hearts is. So you can see where I have my selection in there. Once the high-low game is over at the end of the week, if I was the winner, that card would be revealed. If it's the Queen of Heart, I win the prize. Right now, I think it showed on the home screen, it's $400. When we start this, it's going to initially be $500, and then $100 will get added. So chances are it's going to take several weeks until someone finds the Queen of Hearts. This is going to build up to pretty meaningful dollar amounts. So these are just little incentives, fun games that are easy to understand. There's rules here up on the upper right that anyone can click to see how they're played, but you don't have to be a gaming expert or anything like that. We want them to be simple, fun, and keep people coming back to win meaningful prizes. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me play the video here just to show, the rules there. This one, there's not a lot to actually demo because one card gets unveiled each week, but it's just kind of cool because the prizes accumulate. So then the next tab that we have in here is Top Shops. You can see that on the bottom. These are fake companies here just for our demo purposes, but you can search. It defaults to shops in your area and within a certain radius, but you can expand that if you want. And then once you pick on one, and we'll use Jay's dad shop, Dan's here. This mimics what we have on our normal Top Shop. So you can see compensation, benefits, scroll through, find out everything you need to know about that company, pictures of the company, scroll through these. You can put descriptions in there. Again, this is for technicians as they scroll through the app. If they're looking for different places to work, they can have that built in. And then the last thing is just a simple profile. So I didn't put my actual photo in there. But you could add a photo. Of course, that's where you set your password and the things we've all done a million times with different apps that we use. So anyway, hopefully, again, we got little things to clean up here before we push it out to the app stores, but we're planning on doing that. It'll be available next week. I think you'll get the point. It's a fun way. Again, I keep saying it, but we're trying to get technicians to engage, provide their feedback, whether it's about local shops, whether it's about industry topics as a whole, but win prizes while they're doing it. And then if they are looking for possibly applying to a different location, they can click on that Top Shops link and do that as well. They'll never be sent any emails, no calls, no text messages, nothing like that. All their data is anonymous. This truly is to get feedback. And then, like I said, if they are looking to move on, they do that on their own by clicking through the Top Shops area. Hopefully that makes sense. It's one of many things we have coming out for WrenchWay. Let us know if you have questions about this or anything else without WrenchWay, but we're excited to get it out there, get the feedback. Initially, we'll be sending this out to anyone who's already signed up to be a WrenchWay Insider over the last couple months. We've done something similar to this. We just send an email once a week with one question. We'll continue to do that, but we thought this would be a little more fun and let people win bigger and better prizes if they want to actually download the app. So next week, we'll be starting with inviting anyone who's currently a WrenchWay Insider. So get signed up if you're not already. It's free to sign up. It will be invite only, at least at first though, as we kind of get this out and rolling. So anxious to get your guys' feedback and start the conversation and see kind of what areas we can help shops improve on. Thanks.